Okay, I want to talk about this interview that took place between Piers Morgan and Andrew Tate a while ago. Okay, because this Andrew Tate, he kept making the point that a lot of what he said on TikTok, people will take just little segments and put it like in just a video that's just like a few seconds long, like missing out like a lot of other stuff that he said, but just taking these like small segments of what he said. So he claims that it's sort of taken out of context. Okay,
I understand that on the face of some of the long format content I've made, if you're going to take a few seconds out of hours, chop it up, put it all over social media, accompanied with my massive fame, then things can absolutely not be taken out of context. I do not hate women in any regard. I have no negative relationship with women. No women have come forward saying I've hurt them. I have no criminal record for hurting women. There's no way I can be seen as the face or the devil in regards to how men treat women on the planet. I'm absolutely and utterly the opposite. I believe in protecting and providing. I've been misunderstood. There's been large contingents of people who have tried very hard to purport lies about me. And the truth of the matter is, I've been producing content for a very long time. Hours and hours of videos been cut down to 2 or 3 seconds of clip. Those clips have gone viral and people misunderstand me.
And I find it funny when people kind of use this as a sort of a defense or a way of sort of like backtracking on what they said, okay, or trying to deny like what they really mean, because say like even if somebody has only taken small segments of what you said, you still did say them. They still came from you. Now some people are on their own like YouTube channels, right? They will might make these little short videos themselves, right, where they will take segments of stuff that they have said like out of their longer videos and put them in little short videos, because they know that a lot of their subscribers are not going to sit there and listen to a whole like hour long or couple of hour long talks that they've done. So in order to get their points listened to, some people just take little segments out from what they've said, the points that they want to get across, and they put them in little short videos because they know people are more likely to listen to their points of view if they do it that way. Okay, and that's fair enough. But I find it funny the way that if somebody else does it to you, if somebody else takes little segments of what you said and put it into short videos, then if the person is challenged on those points, they will then say like, oh, well, you know, that was a whole 2-hour interview, but they only took these little 30-second smidgen bits out to make me look bad or to make me look worse. And it's like, well, you still said it, okay? It's still stuff you said. Or it reminds me a little bit of like the defence that people use when they've been on reality TV shows, like reality TV shows like Big Brother. Like if there's a contestant that ended up looking really bad and got booed when they came out of the house and was hated by the audience, they would always say, nearly every single time they would say like, oh, they tried to make me look bad. They edited it to make me look bad. They only showed the bits where I was being bitchy, or they only showed the bits where I was being argumentative. You know, they didn't show all the good bits. And it's like, well, yeah, but you still said them, okay? They didn't make out that you were saying stuff that you didn't say. It still was you that said it. Like, you know, it may be true that they may have like just shown your worst bits because they want to make you look bad, but you still said it. And if you're going on a reality TV show and you know all the cameras are on you all the time, you know full well that if you're going to bitch about somebody, they are more likely to take that, or if you're going to have an argument with somebody, they are more likely to take those parts and broadcast it than like if you're being nice to somebody. You know, that's not interesting TV, okay? And like you know, with YouTube or anywhere on the internet, if you are going to express your opinions, if you say something extremely controversial, yeah, those parts are going to be taken out, are more likely to be taken out, but you still said them, okay? And like, a lot of, and it's the same with like the red pill community. Like these guys always do a lot of, when they're challenged on something, they always do a lot of backtracking or trying to say, oh, I didn't mean it like that, or just like denying, that they, their opinions or the opinions they're expressed. Like I've said before, like say like with MGTOW, that even though like nearly every video and every conversation they have is just rubbishing women and nothing to do with men's rights, if anybody like ever says that they're, misogynists or that they just slag women off all the time, they'll be in your comment section saying like, you need to do more research on MGTOW, or you haven't listened to the right MGTOW, or you don't understand MGTOW, when you know full well that like 99% of it is just woman hating drivel. Okay, and then the same with like red pill community, like if they get challenged as well, like most of them they'll put on videos bitching about women because they know that's what draws in the audience, okay? They know that they will get more viewers if they talk about that than if they talk about any men's rights issues or anything like that. But if challenged on it, they will always say, oh, you need to do more research.
You're saying that there's not enough male advocacy going on, but I don't see you advocating for men's rights on your channel. Your channel is based on degrading women and teaching men how to train women like dogs.
I think you need to do some more research, Guste. I've been at this for a while. I've done thousands of videos. I really, really do think you need to go down my catalog.
What sort of videos have you done covering, like male advocacy sort of topics like mental health, suicide rates?
Sweetheart, that's for you. Listen, you have to do that research. I've talked
No, I'm asking you. You're the one who said that you publish this kinds of content. So I'm asking you so you could do me the favor of not having to go through all your videos and try and find that one video that you're probably referencing to.
So it's one video, right? No. Again, if you're going to levy that kind of listen, it's not up to me to prove to you what I do or don't talk about. If you're going to tell me, well, you've only done one video, then guess what? You're going to have to do the research. I don't have to prove anything to you. My audience.
I just want to know what you've done for male advocacy.
Okay. They always say like, oh, you need to do more research. Like, and I kind of think like, how would you do more research? You mean like if you sit there and like listen to your hours and hours and hours of like woman bashing, that when you finally get to one video where you're talking about some men's rights issue that's got nothing to do with like slagging women off, we're supposed to be like, haha, see, it's not just a woman hatred group, because look, here's this one video over here that's talking about something different. It's like come on, if you really like, if they're really proud of their community, you wouldn't need to lie to defend it, and getting back to like people like Andrew Tate, it's like people who are prejudiced against any demographic are not gonna sit there and admit it, okay? Like radical feminists, they'll always say that they don't hate men. Like when, the radicals are feminists. Well, some feminists, I think it's like, some of the radicals, I think they've got a self-hatred and a hatred of society because they believe the patriarchy and everything is against them. And they think men have got everything better than what they have. Like I said in another video, men and women can be jealous of each other and think that the opposite sex have got it better. Okay. And that's why you get some, like, animosity between the genders. Okay. But some of the radical feminists, even though you know full well that they are full of hatred to men, they will say, we don't hate men. We want a better world for men. Even though they do nothing but demonise men. They're not going to admit it, right? Somebody hates men, they're not going to admit it because they probably don't even admit it to their self. People don't want to admit to their self they're full of hatred, okay? And even like, the Ku Klux Klan, right? They believe what black people are parasites, so beneath them. Yet they, when asked, do you hate black people? They'll say no, they don't. Okay, because people hamster rationalise it in their head to convince themselves that their prejudice is not hatred. And again, some of the extremists in the red pill community refer to women as parasites. Okay. despite us giving birth to every single one of them, we're described as parasites. Yet they'll say, oh no, that's not hatred. You know, people like full of their prejudice are not going to admit it. And a lot of these guys, if they had a magic wand, if they could make the world, you know, however they wanted, if a genie appeared and, you know, they could make a wish and have the world exactly how they'd want it, they wouldn't want women working or having careers or being educated. Okay, they'd want them all in the home, being stay-at-home mothers. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a stay-at-home mother, but I'm just saying that is what they would want all women to do. Okay, and they'd want all women to be submissive to the man and like have no like opinion of theirself for theirself. A lot of them don't want women to vote. But again, like guys who hold these extremist opinions, of course they're gonna backtrack. Of course they're gonna sit there and say, oh, I ain't got no problem with women working, even though they've said in the past that the man should always be the provider, men shouldn't have to cook, women should always have to do it, and the woman's place is to stay in the home, and the man should be able to do whatever he wants, but the woman shouldn't. Even though they've said that in the past, like when challenged on it, of course they're gonna backtrack, and of course they're gonna be like, oh, that was taken out of context, or you just haven't listened to enough of my opinions, and stuff like that. It's like, of course they're going to backtrack because people, they don't admit like their prejudice or their like really controversial opinions that they know is going to make them not liked by people. Okay, so that's all I've got to say about that for now. Thank you for listening.